Happy birthday, Jaiden. Would you like Grandpa to tell you a story? I'm going to tell you a story of three little pigs. Once upon a time, there was a mama pig, and she had three little babies, and they grew, and they grew, and they grew, and they grew, and they got to be big boys. So Mama said, "Boys, we don't have room for all of us, so here's $20 for each of you. You go on out and you make your way. But remember, always work together." So the three little pigs got a tear in their eye and they said, "Bye, Mama." And the three little pigs went walking down the road with their curly little tails bouncing behind them. Well, as they went along, they met a man who had a wagon full of straw and sticks and bricks. And the first little pig said, "How much is the straw?" And the man said, "That'll be $5. "Oh, I'll buy it," said the first little pig, "because then I'll have money left to buy gumdrops." And the second little pig said, "Straw is kind of wimpy. How much for the sticks?" And the man said, "That'll be $10. "I'll buy it," said the second little pig, and he took the sticks. And the third little pig, who was the smartest pig, said, "How much for the bricks?" That'll be $20. "It's worth it to be safe," said the third little pig. "I'll take them." And I'll tell you, that man, he made such a good deal that day, he threw in an iron door to go along and a ladder to go along with those bricks. And the three little pigs, they went their separate ways to go build their homes. First little pig, he built his home out of straw, had a straw door with a straw to tie the door closed. He had $15 left over. He bought gumdrops and sat there going, And the second little pig, he went home and he built his house out of sticks. When he was done, he had $10 left over. And he went and bought some chocolate. But the third little pig, he went, better build this house out of bricks. And he put a nice roof on it, and he put a chimney up over the fireplace, and he put the steel door on, and put the ladder out by a shed because he had enough bricks to build one. Here's the thing. As that first little pig sat at home, eating his gumdrops, and the second little pig was chocolate all over his face, the third little pig sat home drinking a cup of green tea. Over the hill, down the river, in a cave, was the big, bad wolf. He was mean and nasty. And he got up and went, and his wife said, "Well, are you going to go out and get us some food?" And he said, Yeah. What do you feel like today?" She said, "I'd like some piggy." "Ooh, yes, some piggy stew." And he said, "All right, I'll go get it." And he went walking out of the cave and walking down the river. And he walked up over the hill and he smelled the first little piggy in the straw house. And he said, "Ooh, I'm going to go get that piggy." So he came walking down the hill. And the little piggy was sitting there eating his gumdrops, and he looked up and he went, "It's the big bad wolf!" Ah! And he went running into his house, and he shut his straw door, and he tied it with a piece of straw, and he waited. And the big bad wolf came to the door. And the big bad wolf went, little piggy, let me in." And that first little piggy said, "Nobody's home." And the big bad wolf said, little piggy, let me in, or I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in." And the little piggy stood there holding himself, shivering and shaking. And the big bad wolf, he huff, 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 and he puff, 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 and he blew, and he blew, and he blew the house down. Straw was flying everywhere, and the little piggy stood there with the straw falling down on his head. He was hoping the wolf didn't see him. And the big bad wolf saw the little piggy with his eyes closed, and he walked up to the little piggy and he went, "Boo!" And the little piggy went, "Wah!" and went running down the road with his curly little tail bouncing behind him. And he ran to his brother's house, the brother that built his house out of sticks. And he said, brother, there's a big bad wolf." And the brother went, "Quick, here comes the big bad wolf over the hill." And the piggies ran inside, and he shut his wooden door, and he put a stick across it. And they stood inside holding each other. And the big bad wolf, he came up to that door made of sticks, and he said, little pigs, let me in." And the two little piggies holding each other, they said, "Not by the hair of my chinny chin." And the big bad wolf said, "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in." And he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew, and he blew, and he blew that house down. Sticks were flying everywhere. And the two little piggies held each other with their eyes closed until the sticks all fell down on top of their heads. And the big bad wolf walked up to them, shaking his head, and said, "I'm going to eat you, little pigs." Boo! And the little pigs went, "Wah!" And they went running down the road as fast as they could with their curly little tails bouncing behind them. Where do you think they ran to, Jaiden? They went to the third little piggy's house, the one made out of bricks like that. And they said, brother, and he finished his green tea and said, "What are you two in such a flurry about?" And they said, "Brother, it's the big. And the second little pig said, "Bad wolf." And the third little pig said, "Don't worry, brothers. Up over the hill came the big bad wolf." And the three little pigs ran inside the house, and he shut that metal door. And he put the bar across it. And he said, "Don't worry, brothers. We'll be fine. My house is made out of bricks." And the big bad wolf, he came up to the door and he went, "Three little piggies. We're going to have piggy for lunch, piggy for dinner, and bacon for breakfast." And he said, little pigs, let me in." And the three little pigs said, "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin." And the big bad wolf said, "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in." And he huffed, and he puffed, and he blew, and he blew, and he blew, and he blew, and he blew until he was blue in the face. But the house was made out of bricks. It didn't go anywhere. So the big bad wolf looked around. Over by the shed, he saw a ladder. "I'll get you yet," he said. And he walked over and he got the ladder. And the third little pig, he said, "Brothers, we've got to work together like Mama said. Little brother, you go build up the fire in the fireplace." And the little brother went over and he put wood in the fire and made sure the flames got higher and higher and higher until it was burning hot. And to the second little pig, he said, "Little brother, go get the kettle and fill it with water." And he got the kettle and he filled it with water and he carried it over and he hung it on the hook over the fire. And the big bad wolf came closer and closer. He put the ladder up against the house and he started to climb. And he went, "I'm gonna get you, little piggies." But the water over the fire, it began to bubble, 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 bubble. Boil, 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 bubble, boil, bubble, boil, bubble, boil, bubble, boil, bubble, boil, bubble, boil. It was bubbling and boiling all over the place. And the big bad wolf walked on the roof. And he looked down the chimney and he said, "Here I come, little pigs, pigs, pigs. I'm gonna eat you, you." And he started to climb into the chimney. He barely fit, but he was gonna get those three little pigs. And he slid down the chimney. And he slid down the chimney, and he slid down the chimney right into that kettle of boiling water. And he looked at the three little pigs and he went, "Ah, ah, 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 ah." And he went flying up the chimney. He shot up the chimney like a rocket. And he went flying up the air. He hit the roof, boom, and bounced off the roof onto the ground, going, holding his butt. And the three little pigs, they never saw the big bad wolf again. And the brick house was big enough for all three little pigs. So pig number 1 and 2 moved in with pig number 3. And they all lived happily ever after, Jaiden, because they remembered what Mama had said. Brothers, always work together. And that is a birthday present for you, Jaiden. A story called The Three Little Pigs. Happy birthday, Jaiden. Grandpa loves you. Peace.